Okay, today is 5th of January. It's Friday. We're taking a look at different opportunities available up there. And in today's video, I thought it might be a good opportunity to taking a look at new emerging opportunities, I guess. Since it's new, not perhaps that many people have seen it or have thought about the process and or understand how it is. Myself, I don't know if I understand it very well, right? That's how new it might be for some people. For some people, perhaps they pay attention to completely different things, which is great, right? And myself, on coming into this, perhaps I can reduce operational costs, right? So solving a problem it might take a lot of time, brain power, and or require a lot of resources, right? So if I can solve that problem a lot faster, so it's something that usually would take, I don't know, 800 people to do. If I could do it in minutes with using some of the software solutions, right? Great. So that's perhaps value proposition there. Okay. Once that been said, myself or others, let's try to understand the process of having access to some of those power computers, kind of, I guess. This is what's been highlighted, right? And within this video, let's take a look at the next one. I have covered quite a few of those already. There might be, but I'm not even sure how powerful some of those are. So roughly about 9, perhaps 20 different computers available of that. I didn't realize that many of them are available. I have taken a look at most recent ones that was perhaps in the process of being built or having been built. That would be what it would be more of my own understanding which computers I would like to have access to. But I can cover all of those, right? And or at least perhaps 5 with today's videos, right? And within this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the next one that we did bets hosted at Durham University. Let's try to understand this computer system. It might be a great organization. Again, I don't know. I'm taking a look and trying to understand what the process potentially of working together. That I can see on the front page, right? That I'm seeing that all this information for the first time. I thought might as well share with others who are interested in perhaps working together in partnership, perhaps, or perhaps taking part in some of those projects, if anything. But there's opportunities there, right? And there might be additional training materials, perhaps worth touching on, as well as some of those organizations are looking to support again, I think all these organizations should support everyone. For whatever reason, they have decided in profiling people based on their gender again, and they're looking to support women only for whatever reason, which is kind of strange. I think they should look to support man and woman, not based on if a person is fighting helicopter. Who cares? They should, but I don't know. That's just me. I guess my perspective look at things. Briefly, I will touch on there's a lot of seems that this organization might have completed a lot of learning materials, right? And you yourself, you might be interested in receiving training when it comes to even leadership, I guess, and I don't know, grant writing, right? They might be able to support, and if it's something that yourself you're interested in. Seems that this group is teaching about leadership and management, right? It's a great. So my question would be, would this person or group of people who is teaching about leadership and management, if this person or group of people should treat people equally or not? Or should they put those people into boxes and treat differently all the people involved, right, in the project? That's what I'm saying. If this person can answer this question, we can progress perhaps. Then I would be interested in working in this organization, right? Let's progress to next project. That would be a supercomputer, something that's called Cirrus. Okay, so Cirrus is a state-of-the-art advanced computing facility available for industry and academia. Let's try to understand this a little bit better. Okay, let's progress. Within this project, right, let's take a look at some of the opportunities and ways of collaborating and working together, right? Acknowledging Cyrus, right? And there might be a process there. I think for most of these computers and some of the funding was a different department. I think that. I'll touch on that just in a second. I think I'm gonna have to reach out to that department who is might be responsible for a big part of some of these computers, right? So I'll touch on that in just a second. Technology, there's potentially what kind of technology has been built using, as well as service catalog, as well as policies. Perhaps they have terms and conditions of using or having access to some of these computers, as well as some of the universities or partners, as well as people responsible. Great, great. And there's a contact form, so I'll try to chat to the team and see what the process can look like. Briefly, it might be important of touching on some of those reasons, right? Since we are perhaps talking or considering working with the new and emerging technologies up there, right? So I thought might as well touch on some of the examples, right? Why would anyone be interested in using those? If I can generate more attention, I don't know the teams up there. I have reached out to a couple of teams already. And there might be there are a lot of pushback there, so I don't know who would even consider taking actions or perhaps working on some of these teams out there. But either way, so the 10 reasons why would anyone might consider having access to some of those computers can include climate modeling or overall scientific research, right? And or the drug discovery. So that would be perhaps medicine, right? Number two, astronomy and astrophysics. That would be cosmological simulations. So that's number two. Number three, that would be weather forecasting. From there, that's the very common sense, I guess. I don't need to expand on that. As well as number four, nuclear simulations, right? So it's perhaps some processes there. From there, progressing to number five, fluid dynamics and aerospace engineering. From there, we're progressing to six, financial modeling. Number seven, genomic research. Okay, so we're progressing to number eight, national security and cryptography. Perhaps because it's national security, perhaps that's where the safety summit comes in, right? Or perhaps that's some of the pushback there, from what I understand, right? From there, we're progressing to number nine, that would be oil and gas extraction, right? And number 10 would be material science, right? So that would be 10 reasons why anyone would consider using some of those computers. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a book where I'm taking a look at livestock enterprise and what would be required in setting up your own enterprise and beginning operating as a business. If you were to take a look at perhaps your expenses, monthly expenses, if it's not something that you've perhaps done before, you can sit down and put everything on a white paper and or taking a look at our statement, your bank statement, and where most of your expenses might be going. So going money coming in and money potentially going out, right? So where the money is going out to would be perhaps how much you're spending on the rent or mortgage. That perhaps would be number one. Number two might be expenses that you're spending on the food. So perhaps if you're something that you're looking to reduce, that would be the optimal ways of doing it. Taking a look at how others do it, right? And potentially, if not yet, you perhaps surplus, sell it to back into community. Thanks for it. There's QR code in the corner, company's website below. I'll close this video perhaps on training, right? So there's potentially a training, there's a course, and within this course, I haven't done it yet. I might do it in a minute, or if I would have confirmation that I would be able, or perhaps a project lead would be able to access this computer. Potentially that's the training that I think would be very useful. I hope it's like an hour or so, right? So I can receive that training and from there progress into having access to some of those computers, right? So there's a process in place. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.